Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast with your hosts Bill Algie, Dennis Talbot, and Alan Tate. We are three guys who have one thing in common, a love of rock and roll. Our goal is to talk about all things rock. We hope you find this show intriguing, funny, and occasionally highly opinionated. Enjoy!
Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast, episode 56. We're going to call this one the 2016 A Year in Review, or Do Fear the Reaper. It's been a bad year for all of our rock fans and rock stars. Well, fans too, but rock stars.
It's been worse for the stars than for the fans.
No kidding.
Well, maybe there might have been a lot of fans that died. We just don't know any of them.
And the end of the year is not being any. They're not letting
Actually, I do know one Kiss fan that lived up in
there was
Indianapolis.
one that had a car wreck or something. Yeah.
Well,
the
guy that I'm talking about is somebody that I've known through the Indiana Kiss circles for a long time. But he died of some kind of natural cause. I don't remember what it was, but yeah. Rest in peace, Randy.
I saw another page, some Kiss fan that's been known, like I said, up through the conventions or what have you. He was in a car wreck or something. So yeah, there are some fans. But anyway. Yeah, we've had some start, and I tell you, 2016 isn't going to just lighten up at the end of the year. It's hitting hard. So Keith Richards, just stay underground for another week.
4 days, buddy. 4 days.
4 days, buddies. You can make
it.
You can go, get down in your hole with a bunch of booze and heroin and cigarettes, and you'll be okay.
We should put like a countdown clock or something on the web page so that he can count down how many days Keith Richards has left to make it to 2017.
Well, we have to figure out what time zone he's actually living in right now.
Yeah, I don't know where he lives. I'll look that up and see if I can find it.
I believe he lives in Ohio. Seriously.
Oh,
really?
Yes.
Wow. Huh.
That would be fun.
That's where I'd live if I could live.
Like Akron or something. He'd just be out in the middle of nowhere next to a tire plant.
BFE.
Anyway,
this show's not all about death and destruction. It's going to be just basically a year review of how, this is our first full year as a podcast. I mean, we celebrated our year anniversary around Halloween. It was October 30th or 31st, whenever it was. So we've been doing this a full year now, and we saw a lot of concerts this year. There was a lot of good music, a lot of music news and stuff like that. So. But before we get into that, anything up from last week or anything you guys want to discuss or talk about anything this week that you did? Or I know you got some new.
I went and saw Drowning Pool here in Evansville.
Oh, that's right.
Last Wednesday. There was an opening act. I think the name was Red Tide Rising. The funny thing about the opening act is they were the road crew.
Double duty.
If you're going to get on a tour and get started, that's a good way to do it, I guess. I don't know. But they were, musically, that band was okay. The singer, I don't know what the sound guy was doing, but he had that guy's vocals so drenched in reverb you couldn't understand any of the lyrics at all.
Right.
Then,
you did it for a reason, or was it done on purpose?
Or not? I wonder if maybe it wasn't done for a reason. But anyway, musically, the band itself was pretty tight. The second band that was on the bill was a band called Nine Electric, and I did a Facebook live feed of them. So
they were sounding good.
Yeah, they did play to some synth tracks, but. They played with the synth tracks. They didn't rely so heavily on the synth tracks that the synth tracks carried the guitars or carried the bass guitar or carried the backing vocals. I was telling Dennis, I believe, the other day that I had seen a band here not too long ago that came to town, and they relied so heavily on the backing tracks. You could tell that the backup singers were not really singing. Because you cannot get three guys to bounce up and down and whistle in harmony. Impossible. That's kind of a dead giveaway.
I just don't think you've ever tried it or practiced it. I might.
Oh, trust me.
Next time we're all three together, we're
going to do that.
We'll try that. We'll try that. See how that works out.
You should have did that the other night.
But the band Nine Electric was really good, and I did find them on Spotify, and that's who I was listening to at work today.
Oh, cool.
Them.
How
and
was
I-
it
I
on? How
listened
was
to
the
Kiss
album
Unplugged.
that you listened to?
The album was good. I've listened to their latest one today, and I don't remember the name of it. But they've got 2 albums and a couple of singles. But
Right.
tomorrow I listen to their first album.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean they were as good live as their recording is,
We'll have to hashtag them.
and that is actually AVL, my sound company. My partner did sound for 9 Electric at that show.
That's why they sounded so good.
That's why they sounded so good. It was all
There you
Benny's fault.
Yep.
But after they left the stage, Drowning Pool come on, and I guess they had canceled a show 2 nights before or 3 nights before or something. The singer had bronchitis. Now, this dude was still singing and belting it out, but when he wasn't singing, he had his head turned and he was coughing and hacking hard. He was recovering from bronchitis. So
He's a trooper, though, man. That's what
they,
they do.
they still put on a good show. He was a trooper, and he didn't miss any of the lyrics, but you could tell he was hurting for certain.
Struggling.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's better than canceling a show.
And unfortunately, bands that are on that kind of tour that play the smaller venues can't take 2 or 3 days off when they're sick
No.
because that's gas money from one stop to the next,
Right.
and the expenses of the tour bus and all of that other stuff that goes along with it.
People.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to feed the road crew.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
Crazy.
Bill, anything happened to you this week? I know you got some vinyl this week.
I did. I got some vinyl. I picked some stuff up in Evansville. I picked up Kiss Animalize, picked up Bryan Adams' first album, which I love that album. That was an album I used to have and I got rid of, and I bought that again. It's great shape. I got this, which is kind of cool, yesterday. When I went to Indianapolis, it's a Dokken single, 13-inch single that was released. It's actually the promo for Breaking the Chains. But on the backside, it's got Paris is Burning, 2 versions, a live version and a studio version, which is cool. And then
And I mentioned to Bill that I think that the live version of Paris is Burning probably has one Crozier. How does he pronounce his last name?
Yeah,
Bass
Crozier,
player
right,
Rat.
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I bet that's who's on that recording. I bet that's before Jeff
Could be.
Pilson was
That's
in
cool.
the band.
then I got a couple things
Useless
coming.
trivia.
I ordered Kiss Alive 3. Somebody got me actually Alex's girlfriend Avery got me a $25 Amazon gift card, and I spent it before probably within 10 minutes.
That's what gift cards are for, brother.
Because that's one of that's an album I've been really kind of eyeballing and really wanting.
That's one of your favorites. So
Yeah, it's one of my favorite albums. So I picked that up. Oh, I got double platinum too, which is an album I've never owned. I've never owned that on anything, either vinyl or CD or cassette. I never owned it because it was all just remakes, except for Strutter.
One time,
And it's kind of like
I found it.
whatever. But the place we went to had 3 copies of it, and the outside was in different kind of shape on all 3 of them. One of them, the albums too, was kind of didn't look very good. So, and then one of them had all the stuff in it. Had the, you could order Kiss T-shirts for $6, and you could order a necklace, and you could order belt buckles and that kind of stuff. And so Noah and I are in this, or over there. We got all 3 of them laid out there, and we're swapping stuff out of them, trying to put the best one together.
And now Bill is banned from coconuts. He can't go back.
It wasn't Coconuts. It was another place there. So yeah, it was cool. So yeah, we did we had a little tour, so it was kind of neat, fun. We had a good time. So made it home for the holiday. Got to hang out with you knuckleheads on Friday night, which was fun.
Yeah, I was gonna mention
which was
that.
fun.
That
We had a great
was a
time
lot
at
of
dinner
fun.
with our wives. And
Oh, by the
then
way, I've
turned
got a
us loose.
picture that you guys need to remind me to send you that Laura took.
oh yeah, I got that picture of you and your twin too that I need to send
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I'll post that on our Facebook page later.
Did one of your other pictures turn out better than mine for the 3 of us standing there? Every one of them, I look
No,
white as a ghost.
You and me look like we're like silverheads or something.
Well, it kind of looks like we're in Star Trek in one of those transporters. We're getting ready to fucking take off or something. Because it's like, and Bill's usually he's the whitest dude of the bunch, and he's all natural color, and we're all like this, like we're flooded out with light. So
That'll teach you.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was hoping
asshole.
that. Too bad.
Well, the picture
Glad
that
it
Laura
wasn't
got of
turned around,
us,
though.
the picture that Laura got of us, she got while we were still trying to get in position. It is an honest picture because Nobody knows they're getting their picture taken. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's a good one. No. So yeah, that was a lot. That's the
Other
first place
end,
the
Bill.
time I've been to that Chinese.
Oh.
It was good. Kelly liked that. We're going to go back again. We liked
Yeah,
it a
the
lot.
food was good.
Hashtag
we went over-
China Bistro.
There you go. Then afterwards, we went over. We took the women home, and we all went back to Showme's and had a couple adult beverages and talked, and it was fun. We had a good time. Like I said, I wish I had been sitting quite a bit that day, and I was time the end of the night came. I was hurting pretty bad.
So you were those ultra comfortable seats they have there.
Well, that was
Didn't
the
help
first day
any.
I wore jeans, and I hadn't wore a pair of jeans. I had been wearing sweatpants and sweat shorts forever, and jeans and that didn't fit very good that night. I was hurting by the end of the night. But and you had some car issues the next day. That was on Christmas Day.
It was an expensive weekend.
Was that Christmas Eve? It was Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, yeah, very expensive weekend.
Had that. So, but
All
anyway,
right, let's roll, man. Let's get on with
I
the
just
show.
want to make one more correction from last week. There was a one album that I forgot to add into my Christmas albums, and it's not really a rock album, but it's the Charlie Brown Christmas with the Vince, was it Guardi trio? They're a jazz trio. If you ever watched the TV shows, that funky jazz music that's in the background, that's those guys. And they actually put out a Christmas album with all the songs from all the Charlie Brown stuff, and then some other stuff. They did some other regulars. So it's a really cool album. It's not rock, but it's really cool. And then we had an answer to a question that I had on that show. Do you remember who it was that sent that in, Al? I don't remember. I'd have to look back. What the guy's name was.
Was it the one that I mentioned on YouTube?
Yeah, the one that said
the username was a
username.
combination of letters and numbers.
Okay, but anyway, somebody did find out that I was looking for a song from Halford, which I didn't know if it was on Fight.
Oh yeah.
It's Halford, and it was actually Fight, and it was a song called Christmas Ride. And I did look it up, and it was on Spotify, and it's a fun. I mean, he's screaming. It's real saturated voice sounding, but it's about Santa Claus screaming across the sky in this red sleigh, and it's pretty good though. If you get a chance, check that out. But excuse me. So anyway.
So thanks for that. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate that because I was running ragged trying to find that out and couldn't remember what that was, and because it doesn't. If you run any kind of search with Halford and Christmas, it does not pop up. And for some reason, but you put Christmas Ride in it, and it does come up. So anyway,
cool.
We appreciate all that. That means people are listening. We like that. So, all right. So I guess we'll instead of going through the year wrap, let's just go through all the deaths so we don't end up on a sad note this year. But 2016 did have quite a few celebrity deaths. I've got a whole list here with actors and everything else. We're going to take those out. I found out just in the first month that mine's not a complete list, so we're just going to kind of bounce these back and forth between each other and talk about it for a little bit. You want me to just go month by month? January?
Yeah, sure.
So January started out, and these dates might be wrong because I'm going from what this thing says. Let's see, we had David Bowie on the 10th. We had Glenn Fry. I know you said 17th. I've got 18th.
Yeah.
And then this list has also Paul Kantner from Jefferson Airplane, co-founder, 28th. Now, you had another one that I missed.
Yeah, Dale Griffin, who was in Mott the Hoople. He was the drummer.
Okay. So that was...
He passed away.
Okay.
Jimmy Bain from Rainbow.
Was that in January, too?
January 23rd.
Okay. Well, damn, this thing isn't a very good list, then. Okay. Yeah, he died on that boat, cruise boat, wasn't it? Cruise ship.
That's correct, I believe. Yes,
Oh yeah,
that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Monsters of Rock thing, wasn't it?
It was just a normal. He had he just died of natural causes.
No, he had lung cancer.
Oh, that's right. It was lung cancer, wasn't it? But I mean, it wasn't a drug overdose or something like that. It was a.
Was that a rock cruise?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was a.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's what I thought. I said Monsters of Rock. That's not right, but it was a rock cruise of some type.
I don't know what it's called.
Wasn't that the Def Leppard cruise?
Yes, it was a Def Leppard.
You are right. Yeah, you're correct on that. So anyway, getting into, I know, like I said, that was a big one with David Bowie and Glenn Fry. I mean, that was two major characters.
David Bowie. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I was at Best Buy earlier today, and there's a David Bowie kind of greatest hits thing that came out sometime this year. Record label's gonna try to capitalize on that, right? And I flipped it over, and there were a lot more David Bowie songs on there that I knew that I didn't realize I knew.
Well, yeah, he's
I flipped it over, and I'm reading through the back, and I'm like, oh, that's a good song. Oh, that's a good song. That's a good song. I forgot about that. I mean, it was a 2 CD things. I mean, there's like 30 songs on it or something like that, maybe even more than that.
And Bowie has been one of those guys that has reinvented himself almost every decade with a new kind of, he had a Ziggy Stardust started out with that.
I wasn't much into that piece.
I wasn't
were
either,
you guys into that? I really
No,
wasn't.
not
That
at
whole
all.
thing didn't really do much for me.
But the 80s, when he came out with that China Girl and
Love.
Modern Love, and then he did that thing with him and was it Tina Turner? Didn't they do one? Or I've got another one.
That was
Well,
Mick Jagger.
Wasn't it?
That was- yeah. But
anyway-
him and
He did a collaboration with. Well, he did with.
Queen.
Yeah, it was him and Mick Jagger, and then he did something with.
He may have done something with Tina Turner. I was just being a smart ass.
But he also did something. Freddie Mercury too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Under
that's
pressure.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Under
Under
Pressure.
So, but anyway, he reinvented himself quite a bit. But I like that second time through, like I said, Modern Love and shit like that. I love that. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
All right, February. I have Morris White from Earth, Wind, and Fire on the 3rd. Joel Dow on the 4th. He was a pop singer. #1 hit, Wooden Heart. Don't know much about that.
Don't know.
Vanity. She passed away on the 15th. Sonny James. He was a early teenage country crossover.
Yeah.
Young Love. He had that song,
Mhm.
which everybody knows that song. There was Lenny Baker. He was with Sean Anal.
I was going to bring him up.
Sean Anal. That was on the 24th. And that was it. Anybody else got anything else for February that I missed?
There was a young band called Viola Beach that all 4 members were killed in a car accident in Sweden. They're
Really? Wow.
Jack Dakin, Chris Leonard, Thomas Lowe, River Reeves. They were 27, 20, 19, and 19 respectively.
Wow.
Wow.
So they were a Swedish
They actually
band?
no, they were an English band, I believe.
Oh, Turi,
and they
Sweden.
actually, after they died, they went #1 in the UK.
Wow.
Wow. That's sad.
Yeah, and there's Paul Gordon of the B-52s. I believe he was one of the guitar players.
Yeah, he was
They've had 2 guitar players who've passed away.
the one was the brother of the blonde-haired girl. I'm
That
sorry that
I
I don't
don't
know
know.
her name. He died of AIDS early on in the very first when AIDS came out, and then she quit for a while, and then when the Love Shack came back out, that was a different guitar. That was that new guy, I believe. That was, and then so he's passed away too. Then I didn't know that. Huh.
Yes.
You guys I'm not a big B-52s fan, so I don't know much about them.
I've got
You talk about a song that you complain about songs that are overplayed. If they
Love
never
Shack
played that
is-
song again, I have no problem with
You're
it.
talking
But
about
they
Rock Lobster, right?
No, I'm talking. Yeah,
Actually,
they had some
God, I just
weird
can't stand
stuff.
that song. I've never liked it. I never liked it when it first came
favorite,
out.
my favorite B-52 song is Rome. That's a really good
Oh,
song.
and
Yeah.
that album that with
like
that
that song.
Rome's on and also
Love Shack.
Love Shack's on is a great album. If you
Mhm.
just when I'm listening to that album, I'll put CD in. I can listen to it almost all the way through except for Love Shack, and then I have to I have to skip through that one because
Complimentary
there's another
skip.
burnout on that one. Big time burnout.
Yep.
All righty. So March, I've got Joey Feek. She was a country of a wife and that Joe and Rory or whatever. Joey and Rory. She
Yeah.
died
Yeah,
of
that was
cancer.
really interesting. That was she was like in her early. She was in her late 20s or early 30s.
40.
Oh, she's 42. 40.
40.
She had cervical cancer. That was really
They documented that on Facebook.
yeah. She
and,
did a documentary about that.
and a bunch
Yeah.
of social media and kept everybody informed. And I know everybody
Really sad thing.
It is. They had a kid, I think, or
Yep.
1 or 2 kids, I think.
Yeah.
All right. On the 8th, we had Sir George Martin pass away. He was a producer, but I'm telling you, he produced a lot of material.
That's the 5th Beatle.
That's the 5th
Yep.
beat, exactly. In the 10th, you had Keith Emerson from Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Interesting.
they-
Well, not interesting. It's
that-
sad. But I
Right.
didn't realize until I did some research for this show that he had killed himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had, and he was 71. All right, 16th, you had Frank Sinatra Jr. He passed away at 72. Rob Ford, the crack smoking mayor from Toronto. I had to put that there because it is funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's
He passed. Yeah, I guess he did pass away.
He did.
Yeah.
I had forgotten about that.
I forgot about that too.
he partied himself. He's only 46.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Hey, that's my age. What the
rapper
hell?
Fife Dog. He died on the 22nd.
He'll probably get elected in there. He'll probably get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame next
I'm
year.
sure he's probably lined up for it. And that is it for me on that. Well, do you have any more for that?
No, I got nothing.
Chip
Nope.
Hooper played for Fish and for Dave Matthews Band. I believe he may have played saxophone,
Right.
but he died of cancer,
Okay.
and he was 53.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. April 6th, Merle Haggard. And everybody knows who Merle Haggard is.
Yep.
And like I said, he died 79. Comedian. 21st, Prince. We've had the princess and the prince die this year, so
I saw that meme on Facebook.
I did. I saw it too. But anyway, he died at 57 on the 21st. There was Lonnie McIntosh. He was he was a pioneer to guitar, and he was 74. And then Billy Paul sing Me and Mrs. Jones. He was 81. He died on the 24th. He won a Grammy for that. Me and Mrs. Jones.
Mrs. Jones.
Mrs. Jones. Yeah, I had to wait for the pause in there. All righty. So, anybody got anything to add to that month that I missed?
Harrison
I don't think so.
Calloway, a horn player for Muscle Shoals.
Oh, really?
He was 75. He had a stroke.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right. May. I have.
Went through a stretch there where there's so much going on.
Burt Kowal. He was the Kato in the Pink Panther films. He died that month in 85. He was 85 years old. You remember Kato? Kato. Not now. Pink Panther. You never watched those? Oh, man.
No, we're talking about music
Well,
stuff.
When I was a kid, I
You flipped
did.
the movies. I'm confused. I didn't know music. I did no movie research.
Well, we had no stars this time. So, all right. So June, I have.
You forgot
So nobody
May.
died this month. Let's just randomly talk about something.
Did
Well,
you
there wasn't
already
nothing-
whip through May?
That
Yeah,
was
nothing happened.
yeah.
There's
nothing
been a
happened.
couple months. There was nothing going on.
Well,
What do you
Nick-
got?
Nick Menza, former drummer for Megadeth.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't have that
That
in
didn't
here.
make the list anywhere.
he died of heart failure.
You sure he's dead?
Really?
Oh yeah, that was all over. Well, you guys are old, so maybe you don't like Megadeth.
I don't. You're right.
No, but seriously,
I
truth
don't.
be told, I'm not that much of a Megadeth fan. The Megadeth Metallica thing, I sway on the side of Metallica.
All right.
But
I've seen
at
Megadeth
one
in
time,
concert.
actually, I think he was a drummer for Megadeth 2 or 3 different times.
Hmm.
But he was 51 years old. He died of heart failure.
Wow.
Okay.
53 must be a bad number. I'm like 50. That makes me nervous. Dennis, you're 51.
I'm 50. Yeah, 51. I'll be 52 this year. Yeah,
Yes,
not
that's
good.
typically how it works.
Not Screw that. I'm not going that way. I'm
51 plus 1 is
There you go.
52.
All right. June was another kind of a slow month for the Reaper. He must have done take summers off or something.
He did. He went north.
28th though in June, he got a call and he worked on Scotty Moore. He was the guitarist that backed Elvis, and a lot of his early recordings. He was 84, and that's all I got for June. You guys got anything?
One
I
of
got
the-
nothing for June.
One
Muhammad
of the,
Ali.
it doesn't say here what he played, but Henry McCullough was in Wings. He died at the age of 72 on June the 14th.
Okay, I didn't have that one either. Huh. Okay. July, we've got Danny
I got nothing
Smith,
in July.
the 6th. He was the founding member of the Box Tops.
Who?
Founding member Danny Smythe. There's a Smith, Smythe.
I think that's Smythe.
Smythe. Okay. He was a founding member of the Box Tops, 67 years old. And Gloria DeHaven, She was an actress, singer / singer. So I don't know. She was 91, so she was probably one of those old style singers. That's all I've got for July. Did I miss something?
Nope.
All right. August coming around, we have son of Dean Martin, Ricky
Oh, you
Martin.
did miss somebody in July.
Well, who?
Sandy Pearlman from Blue Oyster Cult and The Clash.
Yeah, why didn't he have it on there? Huh.
Age 72, pneumonia,
Yep.
and complications from a stroke.
Wow. Yeah, August, like I said, Ricky Martin, the son of Dean Martin. I don't know if he was he's an entertainer. I don't know if he was a singer. That was on the 3rd. Pete Fountain, he was a jazz musician, played with Al Hirt and Lawrence Welk. It died on the 6th. He was 86. Glenn Yarborough, singer. Glenn Yarborough, he was a singer. Sorry, they had a hyphen. Like I took a nap a while ago, so I'm a little sleepy. He was with the Limelighters. He was 86. Where are we at, Steve? Telephone. Nope, and that was it for August. Did you?
Yeah, I don't have anything for
This one?
August.
I've got David Enthoven, Enthoven, from T-Rex and Roxy Music. He was 72.
I didn't have that.
And Preston Hubbard from the Fabulous Thunderbirds was 63.
Oh, wow.
And
Well, what did
it doesn't say.
that say?
James Woolley from Nine Inch Nails. He was actually in an earlier incarnation of Nine Inch Nails.
Right.
And I guess he had been out of the band for a while. And Trent Reznor said that they weren't musical collaborators anymore, but they were still in contact occasionally or whatever.
Gotcha. All right, we're in September.
Hey, you can't forget Lou Pearlman, age 62.
Right.
Record producer and manager for NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. And
Oh, okay.
He died in prison.
Wow,
That's
I
right,
didn't
I
know
forgot
that.
about
He
that. I
got,
forgot
he
about
got,
Oh, yeah,
he
oh,
got
yeah,
popped in that
yeah.
Ponzi scheme.
I know
Yeah,
he
that's
got.
right.
I know he got in trouble for some stuff.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
You know, people can say what they like. You know, they really did kind of put out some good music for the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he
I
had
know,
a
I'm- I know
he
being
had
a
a
rock guy.
formula, and he went around and put
it
these
worked,
things
and-
together, and it worked, and he made a ton of money off of it. You know?
Actually, that NSYNC Christmas album is one that our family listens to all the time. We listen to it on the way to Evansville.
I'll be darned.
It's
Maybe
really
that's, what
pretty
happened. Maybe that's why your van broke down. Your alternator and your battery went.
I'll have to tell
Oh,
Lisa
man.
that's why the band broke down.
That is funny.
Oh, please do. That'll be funny.
Matt Roberts, former guitar player for Three Doors Down, died of a drug overdose at age 38 on August.
That's not on
28th.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah.
Not bad either.
Because they were out on tour.
No, he wasn't in the
He
band.
wasn't in the band at the time.
Yeah, but they were out on tour whenever
They
that
were
happened.
out tour. Yeah,
Yeah.
because actually they played the Toyota party or the concert like a few days after that because he came out on stage, the lead singer, and he did a song and got a little misty and dedicated it to him and stuff, you know, about his addictions. I guess he was he was addicted to something. I'm not sure what it was, but that's what took him.
I like that band.
Well, I do too. I like their song. I like their songs a lot. All right, so where are we at? You got any more, Al?
Nope. Let's move into
right.
September.
September, I think. Carmen Carr. Well, no, she was an actress. I'm sorry. She played Von Trapp in The Sound of Music. Sorry. Gene Shepard, on the 25th. He was a country music western singer songwriter. He pioneered country western for women, or she did. Sorry, I said Gene. Is it Gene? Is it with a J?
It's Jeannie Shepherd. That's what I was like.
She wrote a song called
think it
Dear John letter, but she was 82.
Dear John.
And a couple of sports people. That's all I got for.
Leonard Hayes from Y&T, COPD, age 61.
Wow.
Jerry Corbetta from Sugarloaf, age 68.
I love Sugarloaf. That's a great band.
You know, they had that one song that everybody knows.
All right. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
Green-Eyed Lady.
Green-Eyed Lady.
Oh yeah.
But the one that I like that you never ever hear, and one of the
Dun,
bands,
dun, dun,
one of the
dun,
bands
dun,
that I
dun.
do sound for is a big band, And they
Right.
do. Don't call us. We'll call you.
We call you.
I love that
that's
damn song.
that's my favorite from them.
Yep.
But like I said, it's the most popular. Everybody thinks of the other one
Yeah.
on Sugarloaf. Yeah, that's on my. I think it's on my Yacht Rock. I think I got both of those on there. That's a great song though. Don't call us, we'll call you. All righty.
That's all I've
You guys
got
ready?
for September.
Good. All right. I got October. I've got Peter Burns, the founder of the band Dead or Alive. Spin Me Right Round.
Yep.
And he was 57.
Oh,
24th, Bobby V. He was a big singer. My parents,
Yep.
I'm sure you're
Yep.
like those.
Yep.
I know he likes that type of music. And that's it for October. I've got. What do you got, Al?
Got
You seem to have-
Don Ciccone, Ciccone, from the Four Seasons, Tommy James and the Shondells, and the Critters.
Okay.
Hmm.
He was 70, and it doesn't say cause of death.
Right.
Robert Edwards of the Intruders, age 74, heart attack.
Seen a lot of these
this
smaller
is a
bands.
downer episode. I hate this episode.
Get out of here. We're almost through the year.
I'm just
We're
going to tell you.
almost through the year. All right,
I
let's
want to
get,
kill myself just sitting here.
let's
All
get into November.
November, we have Katie Starr on the 3rd. She is a singer. She sung the song Wheel of Fortune and the Rock and Roll Waltz. She was 94 years old, so I don't know. Bill, he got all pixelated.
I get off focus. I'm
Yeah,
out
you got
of
out of
focus, man. What
Focus on
happened
this.
here?
Now it
You're
just went
back.
back.
You're back. You moved around.
I don't know
it.
what happened there.
You need to focus on this show, young man.
I tell you what happened. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. I said, if we keep this episode up, I'm going to shoot myself. And I think it started just fading me out. It's just like, here he goes. He's going
They got
away.
an autofocus on it or something? It's still
Yeah, it
not.
does. So I must have moved and it just
Yeah.
didn't get auto-focused right.
It's still a little fuzzy around your face. Or just your
Well,
face.
that's because I've grown a beard.
You're out of focus.
There you
you
go. Now it just jumped back in again. That's weird. Now it's like crystal clear. Huh. Stay
Yeah.
focused.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, where were we? Leonard Cohen, he died on the 7th. He was a songwriter. He was age 82. Leon Russell on the 13th.
He was part of the Wrecking Crew, too. Did you know if you look at the Wrecking
Yes.
Crew, he's listed as part of the Wrecking Crew?
Yeah, I really, after when he passed away, I hadn't seen that yet, and I really didn't. But I knew who he was. I knew he was this bearded guy. I didn't realize. I know he wrote a lot of stuff and was a musician, but yeah, he was part of that.
I guess there was a tour that he did with
Elton John.
Elton John a few years ago that was supposed to be really, really, really good.
I bet that would have been good. Huh.
So, not a lot of shows though, but I know they did it a little bit.
Hmm.
What about the guy from the Beastie Boys? He died last year too, right? In November.
He was
John Barry, is that his name?
John
I don't know.
Barry was in the Beastie Boys before they were the Beastie Boys.
Oh, before they were. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I got you.
I don't have it down. I don't have him here so far.
Okay.
15th, I have Holly Dunn. She's a country and western singer, songwriter.
Yeah.
I saw her with my mom and my stepdad in a little
Oh.
bar in Colorado Springs back in '93, I believe.
I've seen her a couple times actually. Met her a couple times too.
She was
Once.
59. She had songs that "Are You Ever Gonna Love Me" and "You Really Had Me Going."
Daddy's Hands is her
Oh, is
biggest
that her?
hit
Is
ever.
that okay? I don't know that.
Yeah.
You know, if you had
Like,
said
you missed
that,
the
I would have
biggest
known
hit
it.
she's ever
Yeah,
had.
These other two I don't know, but yeah, I've heard that Daddy's Hands. Yeah. Okay, and I think that is it as far as. Yep,
No-
that was all I got for October or for November.
Yeah.
Any more there?
Eddie
Doobie.
Harsh, the keyboard player from the Black Crow, or former keyboard player from the Black Crows.
Right.
Doug Edwards from Skylark and Chilliwack.
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 I like that one song they do. I can't think of the name of it, but it's their one hit. But that's
Sharon Jones from Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. Why would I kid about something like that?
We saw her this summer open for Hall & Oates.
Yeah, she
Really?
died on
She had
November
cancer.
18th. Yeah. She died at age 60.
Man, she tore it up.
really, huh?
Yes.
What kind of music? What was her name again? I missed that.
It's
Sharon Jones.
Sharon Jones, huh?
it's bluesy. They got horns and all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
It was really good. I mean,
Huh.
it was impressive. I didn't
She
know
was
that. I
she was
totally saw.
performing up to where she couldn't perform in, I guess. Huh.
Yeah, she performed as long as she could. She was
Huh.
actually featured on CBS Sunday Morning right around the time she passed.
I'll
Right.
be dipped. Didn't know that. She talked about having cancer whenever we saw her.
Right. Well, you got her, I guess. That's terrible.
Yeah.
All right. You got any more there,
I
Hal?
believe that's all I've got for
All right.
November.
All right. December. Finally, we got here. All right. I got Greg Lake. You know, it was a hell of a year for Emerson Lake Palmer. He passed away at 69 on the 7th. Jim Lowell, he was a singer. His biggest hit was called The Green Door. He was 93. That was in 1956.
I thought it was a movie.
The Green, yeah, that was a movie that, we don't want to talk about that, right? This is a family show. Even though he was an actor, I didn't realize Alan Thicke, he passed away this month on the 13th. He was really into music. He wrote a lot of the
theme songs
for a lot of these shows. And
Different
I know he was
Facts of
he
Life.
was
I didn't know that.
I didn't know either, and I know I talked to I've seen some other things that people were talking about. Said he was really into music. I mean, that was his thing. I mean, he really knew a lot about music, and I guess he could perform and write and stuff like that. I mean, he wrote silly, stuff, but I mean, it was things that made money, So
Jingles,
exactly. Okay, and then we had one here for Alan for his going back to Hee Haw. We had Gordy Tapp. He passed away this year. He was at age 94. Him and it was always him and Archie Campbell, wasn't it?
Campbell.
Somebody said that he was he had been actually fairly good health, and then he met another, and he was gone.
You're going to hell, Dennis.
Or you met another. He was got that one. Anyway, people who watched Hee Haw,
he met the Reaper.
He met the Reaper. He was gone. That would have been funny. He met the Reaper, and he was gone. But I don't know. We love that show. That's why we make fun of it. We're not
Dear
making fun
Lord,
of it.
please only strike down Dennis.
All righty. And like I said, the 24th, Rick Parfitt. Was that
It's
right?
some
Parfitt?
video effects here.
Yeah, that would be fun. Musician, songwriter for the band Status Quo. You know what was weird was REO has been on tour in England opening up for Status Quo. And they just had their last show in the last 3 or 4 days. So I'm taking this guy was a former member of Status Quo. Must have been an original member or something.
Must have been.
And then, of course, the 25th, George Michael. He died at the age of 53. They're saying it was a heart. Kelly said too. Though
now they're going to. I heard earlier today that they're having a. He's getting an autopsy. They're not exactly sure exactly what he died from.
He had a lot of drug use too, and she said, you can get in. She says, she sees a lot of people in their early 50s that have had major drug use. They get enlarged hearts where they just can't pump anymore, and she says actually that's, it may not be the reason, but she said it is viable and it's very possible.
They said that he gained a bunch of weight and was having some health issues too. So, but look on your list of how many people you said were 50.
Oh, I know.
53. I mean, must be a 53 club if there's a 27 club. So,
right, exactly.
Doesn't seem to be going so well either.
Anyway, but yeah, that's what I got. And then of course Carrie Fisher, she died today, and she's not musically, but anyway. Like I said,
so what about the George Michael thing? Did you guys what did you think about George Michael? I mean, his
personally,
I never liked the Wham stuff at all. I just couldn't stand it. I mean, it just got on my nerves.
Personally, I think he's a loose cannon. There for I don't care about his orientation or anything like that. But hanging out in bathrooms and shit like that, and truck stops and rest stops and shit like that. I mean, that's kind of strange.
He got arrested at a outdoor restroom at a park.
And that was more than one time too. I think he had maybe he was going through. He fought a lot of addictions. After his I tell you what, his single stuff when he was his stuff that he did on his own solo, and then when he went on that first Freddie Mercury tribute deal that they had, and went out there to sing "Somebody to Love," I mean, he absolutely
that
tore
was
it up. I mean,
that was just absolute masterful.
it was genius. I mean,
And I can't figure out why that didn't turn into something.
you know, they should have.
I really thought that
I
would have
always
turned into
expected
something.
that it would.
I did
Oh.
because he did a phenomenal job.
And I think he could have did it on not just that song. I think he would have been. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
he is the perfect person to put in that spot. I mean,
Yeah.
he's fine. I mean, he wasn't as flamboyant as Freddie, but man, he had the pipes. I
but
mean,
the range, the vocal
yeah,
range,
oh,
stuff.
hell
was-
yeah, oh, it'd been beautiful.
I think he definitely. I just didn't get that, and maybe it was too soon. You know, maybe it was.
You know, I wonder though.
if it
At
was,
that time, was he still? That's about when he was having all those issues too. I wonder if maybe Brian and
Yeah,
Roger
that's true. They were
looked at
like,
him and
"Oh."
said, "You know what? He's a loose cannon, and we don't need to be associated." Or
Yeah, they
or maybe-
might have.
you know, they may have known him on a personal level that we didn't see, and said, "You know what?
Sure.
He's just not he's a you know, going to be a liability."
Very,
that he's gonna
that's a
go.
very good possibility.
Yeah, that is.
But it's sad because there again, you've got, you know, just like with Jenny Lane, you've got a person that's got a pipes and a soulful and can just sing their ass
And
off.
he's a
but then
damn good songwriter too. Don't forget
Oh,
that.
exactly. But then you've got, you know, their demons are just, you know, they're under, you know, they're under control, you know, taking care of everything, and that's just, it's sad to see. But anyway, so Mr. Richards, please stay underground. Like I said, take your supplies, stay underground for another
Hide.
4 or 5 days. You know, Alan made a comment. And I'll guess we'll go ahead and
Well,
if you want to talk about it.
You want to
real
go
quick.
ahead and finish up the.
Oh, I'm sorry. What else did you have? That's all I had. I'm sorry. I know my list is not complete. So
You know, none of our list is complete. It's impossible for all three of us to get everybody. You
Yeah.
missed Mark Gray of Exile. He was
Oh, really?
64. It doesn't say cause of death or anything.
I mean, like the Kiss You All Over
That
Exile?
would be the band I'm talking about. I think everybody else here you pretty well mentioned.
Right.
A little bonus that I've got for this.
Okay.
Other
If
musicians.
there can be a bonus in 10.
Well, you know what I mean.
Go ahead. I know what
Other
you mean.
musicians who have died on Christmas Day: Dean Martin
Right.
in 1995, James Brown in 2006, Eartha Kitt in 2008, and Vic Chestnut in 2009. I didn't
Wow.
know who this guy was, but apparently he collaborated a lot with Michael Stipe and the band
Is he
Widespread Panic.
Huh. Didn't he roast on an open fire? Is that what happened to him?
Huh.
Really? Man,
Please, Lord, please just strike Dennis down.
he did.
See, there you go. That was spontaneous, and you guys didn't laugh at that one.
No, I was like,
I can't believe you said
can't
that.
believe you went there.
Oh, I went there.
Wow.
So anyway, what else were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say you made a comment before we started recording. We were talking about, you know, the deaths this year and all this stuff like that, and like you said, if you
Oh.
go back, it's not. You go ahead and say what you said, or I mean,
Well,
kinda
everybody's been posting on Facebook. 2016 has been the worst year ever for celebrities. Well, people, 2017 is going to be just as bad because whether we like it or not, our idols are older, and
right.
we all have to face the Grim Reaper at some point or another, and it's not going to let up. So, as bad as I hate
I
to say
agree.
it, suck it up and deal with it.
When we were in our 20s, you know, everybody was in their 20s and 30s, the ones we idolized, you know, or the 40s. And, you know, back then we were invincible. But now we are all in us, you know, past the.
You named an awful lot of 53-year-olds.
I'm like you. I
It's
hate.
like, damn,
Man,
dude,
I tell you what,
that's
when
too close.
You go looking through the, you know, the obituaries. First thing I do, I go through there and go, okay, good 90, 80. Ooh, there's a 50. There's a 40. There's good. We're back in the
Yeah.
80s. We're back 80s. You know, I don't like seeing those 50s, 60s ones. Those
No.
are
Makes you
those
feel
are
a little,
hit-
a little
hit-
vulnerable, doesn't it?
they
Yes,
hit
it
close
does.
to home. I don't like that. So anyway,
Well, let's talk about something
yeah,
positive, Dennis.
let's bring
Come
it
on,
up.
man.
Bring it up.
Let's bring
So
it
anyway,
up. Let's end it- let's
2016
end it with some good
concerts in
stuff.
review.
Concerts in review.
Concerts in review. What was your favorite concert this year that you seen?
Dang, man.
For me, it would,
Either one. Just go for it.
it would
Yeah,
well,
go for it, man.
Bill looks like he's trying to figure it out. So for me,
Yeah, I'm trying.
it would probably have to be I took my dad to see Creedence Clearwater Revival here in Evansville. You know, and I said CCR. I took my dad to see John Fogerty. CCR does not exist anymore.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I mean, John Fogerty is in his 70s, and he run around. I'm 46 years old. I couldn't run around stage like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he tore that stage up. His son is in the band. His son
Cocaine's
tore
a
that
great
guitar up. You know? Do what?
Said cocaine's a great drug.
Yeah.
In moderation,
Not
everything
saying
is
anything.
great.
I'm just-
Who else did you see this year?
My gosh, we saw Joan Jett and Cheap Trick and Heart.
The three of us still led together, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw Pop Evil. My gosh.
Drowning Pool. I almost said
Drowning
Deadpool.
Well, that was a movie, dumbass.
I know. Gosh.
Gosh. I guess that was about it.
Striper.
Striper. Oh yeah. They left such an impression on me.
They did, didn't they?
Actually, that was a
They did.
really good show.
It was a good show.
One of my top 5 of the year, I think. I like that one a lot
Well, I go
too.
to concerts and I forget that I've gone to concerts. You know.
I keep track of it. I got a Excel spreadsheet. Just because I want to know.
Nerd. No.
No, I just want to know. I mean,
No,
if
I'm
somebody
glad.
came up to me one time and asked me that, and then one of the very first shows we did.
I need
was,
to do that.
you know,
Trust me, 'cause I don't remember. I'm sitting here
Yeah,
fucking.
Dennis and I were all thinking 800 shows.
Yeah. It's still a lot though. I mean, when
It's a
you
lot.
think about it, if you go to 5 shows a year, 6 shows a year, that's a show every other month.
Yeah.
That's pretty considerable.
Yeah.
So I think my favorite show this year was White Snake and Whitford St. Holmes. That was the opening band was phenomenal, and White Snake was really good, and it was a last minute decision to go, and very, very well worth going. We just had a blast. Yeah, it was a Noah and I show, which was cool. But we also saw Striper. I saw Hall & Oates, and
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
saw Hall & Oates, and then then that was when we saw Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings, and there was another guy too that was pretty good. Saw Bad Company and Joe Walsh,
That's what I was going to say about.
which was a good show. Hadn't seen and had never seen them before, so I got to see some people this year I hadn't seen. Steel Panther, saw them again about a month ago.
Yeah. You've seen a lot of shows this year.
Went to see let's see, Peter Cetera played here at the park at the annual fundraiser for our hospice, and he was pretty good. He wasn't the greatest, I don't think. I mean, it was okay. He's one of those guys that when he starts, they all the songs sound the same.
Right.
Chicago songs pretty much all sound like the same songs. So
Right.
there wasn't a lot of a big difference there, but
Would like to see Chicago though. That's one of the bands that I haven't seen, and I'd like to go.
Yeah, so I added some to my list. So
I
there you
know
go.
as soon as we're done recording, I'll think of 3 more bands that I saw that I forgot.
Yeah, I'm the same
Yeah.
way. I'm sitting here. I'm just drawing blanks. I'm just going through my pictures here to remember what all I've seen.
Yeah. So I probably forget. I probably
You
forget
saw
something
Guns N'
too.
Roses.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
saw
that
Guns
was-
N' Roses. Oh,
that
he
was
hasn't
actually
went yet.
that was my best. Yeah, that was my best. Are you done, Bill? Or are you?
Yeah, I'm done. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
That was my favorite show of the year. I mean, that was just and that to me was a surprise. I was going down with very low expectations, and it turned out to be a really, really, really good show. What else
Missed
did
an
we
opportunity
see?
there. I should have said that's what she said.
But yeah, that was a really
Yeah,
good
we
show.
should
And I
have.
also seen that, Chris Stapleton he opened for that, so that was kind of a country person that I wouldn't have seen, and ended up he was a real good opener for those guys. I did go see Def Leppard. I got to see them this year. I had never seen them before. It was a decent show. I've heard so much bad about them that I was there again. I went with low expectations, but there again, I got to see Tesla, which I had never seen before. And then REO opened up for him also, which I love REO Speedwagon. I love seeing those guys, and they never ever disappoint. I think they're really good.
So out of those three, who was your favorite on the bill? So 1, 2, 3. Who was your?
Well, I tell you, that's a tough one. I liked REO. I just love REO, so I'm gonna have to say they were the best.
Yeah, I get that.
I liked Tesla. Don't get me wrong. They played a very short show. Matter of fact, the guy, the singer, I can't think of his name. My brain's not is locked up right now. Here, Al's going to help me out.
It's Keith, right? Keith.
No,
Jeff Keith?
Tesla's no.
That's the right guy.
Tesla's singer.
If
Anyway,
you're asking me, I was distracted.
Okay,
Gotcha.
Tesla singer. You know what his name is? Tesla's singer.
No,
What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Anyway, I know it, but anyway, he
Jeff
he
something
was
or
sick.
another?
Actually, he missed what? No, he missed the last. He missed
Jeff
the-
Keith. That's his name.
Is it really Jeff?
Yes.
Keith? Tesla. Okay.
Don't be correcting
Anyway,
me, dude.
he missed the next two shows after Evansville. He was really, really sick. He had a real bad flu. So he sounded good that night, don't get me wrong, but I think they cut their set short. I mean, it was like really super. They opened up they were the first band. And musically wise, they were mixed. As I want to tell you about earlier on an earlier show where the mix was just freaking horrible.
Yeah.
The drums and it was real muddy sounding.
Isn't it amazing how you can go to different venues? I mean, I can see the same show you saw, and it's
it'd
two
be
different
completely-
places, and they're just horrible.
And that
And they're
makes
just
a
so
lot
different.
on decisions like that, or which one was better that night. Sound has a lot to do with it, and it was just a bad mix. Plus, I think the fact of him being sick and everything. But Def Leppard was as good as REO. I mean, I was really surprised. I mean, I know they've got some backing tracks and stuff like that, but just on the show portion of it, they did a good job. They played a lot of good tunes. It was entertaining. I think Phil needs to put a shirt on. His glistening, oiled up body is really annoying. It's like, what? Al's going over here like looking at me like, what?
No, I believe we need to cut this episode short, fellas. Well, it's not
Okay.
short; it's almost an hour. But
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But anyway,
that's
no. Other than that,
Happy New Year, folks! This will come out on Thursday before New Year's Eve. So
he's really serious.
Apparently, dinner's ready.
no. I thought Laura was yelling at a dog, but apparently she fell. So I need to go.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Okay.
So,
all right, man.
peace
Hey,
out,
Happy New
folks.
Year, people.
All right.
AgesOfRock.com. Hit the Twitter. Hit the MySpace.
Instagram.
Facebook.
Just hit something.
Hit
Yeah,
something.
hit one of our social something or another's.
Get off here, man. Go.
Keith Richards, stay safe. Stay safe.
Go,
Peace
Keith.
out. Thanks for listening to the Ages of Rock podcast. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and most importantly, tell all your friends. Remember, you're never too old to rock. Until the next episode, peace out, folks.